They are Jerry, no. Because I can't be there. If I could, I would be there. I would do it. But I can't, so they are me on that day for my coming. That's what I'm thinking when they're coming to get a job. Is this person? And so I would say, I'm being a little long-winded until I get to where you guys are. And so many ladies do. Tell me about your most interesting summer vacation. Do you really think I care about the most interesting? I don't. But I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Well, Mr. Nelson, I had this like big pickup truck, and we had this like big tires, and we went up into Colorado, and we had this big blue tent, and we had these like big sleeping bags, and we went up way up in these like these big mountains, and we went up on these like dirt roads, and we got to this like stream, and we set up these like tents at the edge of the stream, and we caught these like fish. Well, if they were like fish, what the hell were they? And it's such a habit. Those of you who have got it, you don't know you're doing it. You haven't got a clue. Or I can sit here counting like 20, 30 times in a short discussion. And what's my reaction? Is this what I want my clients to hear as they present my product? Oh, not on this planet. You may be bright, you may have 95% tile grade level, you may have this, that, the other thing, but you're not going to work for my company. No. And the other four-letter words we won't even get into. And cool. It's so cool, man. It's so cool. And it's, use your intellect. Describe by words what you want to communicate. And don't mumble. Now, many of you are sitting here saying, what the heck are you talking about? I don't have a problem. And I don't argue with you. But there are some of you who do. And for those who do, don't raise your hand. Just be different. And work on it. But I can tell you, if I get 40 applications, I was just saying it earlier, I get 40 applications, I've got time to interview 8. I want to interview. They're going to represent me in this company. It's a little company, but we still do $4, $6, $8, $7, $9 million a year. And these might make $200,000, $300,000 in an hour difference one way or the other. I can't be there. You don't think I'm careful? The devil is in the details, not the big picture. The devil is in the details. It's the details that matter. And that's what I'm looking at. So I look at your resumes, and I go through and look for key things in your resumes. I got 40 of them. I have to throw 32 of them in the wastebasket. Chances are I threw the best one in the wastebasket. I will never know. But I picked the 8 I thought would be worth my time. So you better be careful how you make out your resume. Unless you're going to go work for the government, it doesn't matter. And then, and you need to prioritize what you're going to do. Prioritize things. Make that your habit. You can develop habits now. It's not too late. You're young, you're dynamic, you're intelligent. Your brain's doing that unless you are addicted. You can get rid of your addiction. Whether it's the email machine that you have to email 2, 3, 4 hours a night to keep up with everybody, or the cell phone, or all these things you use. We didn't have those things. In a way, it was unhappy for us, but in one way, it was a blessing. And there's benefits and penalties. I can't judge any values on either direction. But it is what it is, and you've got it, and you just live with it. Use it. But make your habits solid. Will you ever become perfect? No. Will you become dynamic? Yes. You can become very, very effective, very efficient in what you do. To do that. So I urge you to develop your habits now. And you don't have to talk to anybody about it, or you can talk to a buddy or a friend. Or you don't. But you better work it out with you. Everybody has one enemy in life. Everybody. And if you want to go meet that person, go into the bathroom, look at the mirror. That's the one that says, oh, it's not that important. That exam we're taking, no, that's only 5% of the grade. Let's go to the movies. It's a mindset. And everybody's been guilty of it once or twice in their life because there's no perfect people walking. But for those of you who do it over and over and over, it will be a habit. And you have this idea, oh, I'm going to party and play every night. Oh, when I get a job, I'm going to really settle down. And gee, I'm going to be done. You dumbass. You're not going to be that way. You're going to have the same habits 30 days out from graduation as you've got now. This idea that you're going to transform into a businessman or businesswoman. You're going to transform into somebody who's responsible and carry heavy responsibility steadily, and make it work. It's ridiculous. Unless you go with habits now. And you can do that. I urge you to do it. I'm going to sit down a little bit. Got a bad back, but I like to stand up and talk to you once in a while. I write things down, and there's one thing you cannot renew, you cannot repair, and you can't get back. Be careful, and you waste it regularly, and it becomes a habit. Time. If you waste time in university, because you say, oh, I got it. You know, hey, we should go next week, we do it tomorrow, it's not that important, and it becomes a habit. You take that habit with you into a company, and you will fervently strive for 30 to 60 days, because you know you're being analyzed for whether they're going to keep you or let you go. But the old habits will come back. Be careful how you use time. It's the one thing when you waste it, you never, ever get it back. The other thing I would urge you to, and I think a lot of you here are going to be successful. I'm talking negative to you because I want you to be positive. And for some of you, some of the things I'm saying don't apply to you. That's right. Fine. But you're around some people who have a problem, so be patient. Sorry to that. But be careful. Bad habits grow. And you don't need that. And that doesn't mean you're going to be Mr. Nice Guy and Mr. Goody Girl. No, it means you're going to be an effective, reliable person that can be trusted to carry heavy responsibility because we trust you. Will you make mistakes? Of course. Nobody's perfect. Do we forgive you? Yes. Do you learn from it? Yes. Do you learn from it? Yes. But we just make them over and over and over. I hope my competitors will hire you. You're out of here. That's what we think it don't say. You've asked me to talk about a company. One of the, by the way, ideas come and go, and many ideas don't work. I could keep you here all night long telling you about great ideas I had, but we're just not practical. It didn't work. And some of them I thought about them and discarded them. And some of them I thought about and put a lot of money into them and they went bankrupt. Just because you're passionate and persistent doesn't mean you are automatically always win. You're going to have difficult times. Sometimes it's my fault. I blame myself. Sometimes the timing was wrong. If it's my fault, I didn't understand about the timing. Put the blame to yourself and get on with it and enjoy life and enjoy the team you work with. We started with a company an engineer by the name of Gene Augustine in Florida. Right on a business meeting, he said, "I've got a new invention." Excuse me. A new kind of antenna for satellites. I said, "Oh, great." He said, "I know you'd like to start your company." He said, I've developed an antenna that can receive signals from the sky from up to 13 satellites at one time on one antenna. So I checked it out with a few other engineers. That's impossible. It'll have bleeding, it'll be cross noise, and won't work. So I went back to Gene and I said, "These guys, they're in the business with yours." And they said, "It's impossible." He said, "I've done it to you." And he kept on and kept on. He was so passionate. He had these answers I didn't understand. I decided to take a chance. And we built the damn thing. And the first customer, I said, "Oh boy," we had stopped selling it at first because nobody would believe it. "Great, who was our first customer? CBS or NBC?" These are 40 feet across. These are for houses. And he said, "No, it's the CIA." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, the CIA checked it out. It works perfect." Wow. Are we only going to sell one? One thing led to another, and we began to sell to governments and international television companies all over the world. The company did very, very well. Great idea. Other pros said, "Won't work, couldn't happen." But he was passionate. He had some logical explanations, which some that I understood and some that I didn't understand at all. The greatest risk in life, is not taking one. So you don't want a crazy risk. You don't want to jaywalk on the freeway. You don't want to do something stupid. But without risk, there is no forward advance, progress. And you might have made a mistake. You have to have an analysis of how big a mistake comes in time, people. There's always a possibility it won't fall. And we did very well with video electronics in Nevada. And it ended up selling the systems to the casinos because we were making too much money on the monthly rent. So they bought it from us. But there were ideas that I didn't understand. I've never been a technical person. But I have been a critical person to attack it, not to kill it, but to attack it to see if it would withstand my attack. And that's what happened one day in Arizona when I was building a planned community there. Things were going very well. And two students from Arizona State University, they were grad students, Al Leffler and Rudy Carter. They both came out and they said, "We got this idea." And they came with a guy by the name of Charlie Hamby, who was a promotional guy. And they said, "We got this idea for," and think about this now. We have an idea. There's a little ticket machine that they make, a little computer machine, called digital computer. What's digital? Well, it's a word they use. Never heard of it. And they make it down on McDowell Road here in Phoenix. It's a little company called Digital Computer. And it's about as big as a big suitcase. And listen, Nelson, we could get all the tickets for Arizona State University, football, basketball, baseball, the zoo, the park, all the rock and roll places in town, the symphony hall, everything into that box for a whole year. What? That can't be possible. Yeah. A whole year's of tickets. How many of you have a